Guys, there is nothing wrong with liking your physique. There is nothing wrong at all with liking your physique. If you've built a physique, if you've been in the gym for a little bit, you've been training for a little bit, not just been in the gym, but you've been training intentionally with good structure, and you've built a solid physique. I'm not saying you look like Chris Bumstead. I'm not saying you look like Arnold. If you're a lady watching this, I don't know any famous lady physique models or whatever, but I'm not saying you look absolutely world class. I'm just saying you have a decent physique and you're proud of your physique. There's nothing wrong with that. I reacted to a video this dude made yesterday, and he was like, how, because he wants to get stronger. And you guys know I'm not really too big on strength. I think strength is cool, but I don't really care about strength like that, but he cares about strength, which is fine. And he talked about it. He's like, what he said? He said, I want to get stronger, but he said he doesn't necessarily want to get bigger because he likes his physique and he had a decent physique. But he prefaced the video first. The first thing he said, he was like, I don't want to piss the gym community off. And I think it's just so bad and so toxic, the fact that he even has to say that. And I understand why he says that is because if he doesn't say that, then dudes get in the comments, bro, you could never be too big. Bro, you're not even that big. Like, the gym bros just start coming for his head. So he had to first say, look, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but it's kind of goofy because, I mean, looking at his physique, anybody with eyes could tell that he has muscle, that he has a good physique. There's nothing wrong with him not wanting to necessarily get bigger. I dropped a video a couple days talking about why bigger isn't always better. But also, I just want you guys to know that body dysmorphia is a real thing. Shoot, even Arnold had body dysmorphia. I seen Arnold talk about in videos. He was like, yeah, sometimes what did he say? He was like, yeah, I just look in the mirror and I'd be like, I could use a little bit more calf. I could use a little bit more tricep. Like, he was saying something like that. And I'm like, bro, literally one of the best bodybuilders of all time still has body dysmorphia. So when you're building your physique, you'll never really get to a point. I think most people never really get to a point where they're just like fully satisfied. Obviously, because that's the reason why a lot of people go to the gym is to improve, or at least it should be to improve the physique. I know we talk about on this channel, some people just go to the gym just to go to the gym. But those who are awake go to the gym to improve the physique. And you'll always be tweaking smaller things, or maybe you'll be like, you know what? I want my shoulders to get a little bit bigger. I want to really work on my abs. Like, you'll always be like that. But in the bigger scope of things, to be like, you know what? I built a decent physique and I just want to continue to get better with time, but I'm not really like tripping over like making a crazy transformation or whatever. There's nothing wrong with having that mindset. I'm not saying that you just stop pursuing getting better, because I don't think that's what he was saying in his video either. But he was like, I'm big enough. Like, I have a good physique. And it's just so rare to hear that, because you'll see dudes who are objectively massive, objectively huge by gym standards, and for sure by just life and regular societal standards, be like, yeah, I'm just, I'm small. Dude's like 5'7", 230 pounds at 8% body fat. Like, yeah, bro, I'm just not big enough. And it's just like, at some point, like, what are we doing? At some point, what are we doing? I always say, if you're not competing, especially, but even if you are competing, back in the day, I'm really big on golden era bodybuilders. Even they weren't chasing size. They weren't just chasing getting as big as possible. So this idea of just chasing getting as big as possible is crazy. And this idea of never really liking what you see in the mirror, and it's hard to really explain it, because there is a degree of wanting more. Like, even me, like, I like my physique. I really do like my physique. But I'm in the middle of a cutting phase that I'm pushing out. Follow along for the channel if you guys want to check my check-ins. Every single Sunday I'm posting a check-in for my cut. But a cut phase that I'm doing into the middle of June, right? Because I've extended it, which I'll talk about more this Sunday for week 5 check-in. But I've extended my cut, and I'm cutting right now. And I'm cutting, and I know that I will technically like my physique more when I get to the end of my cut, because I'll be leaner or whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, I like my physique now. It's not like I'm looking in the mirror like hella like stressed out, or stressed about putting on size, or stressed about getting the last few pounds of fat off. Like, nah, like, I built a good physique. And I don't want to, and just like him, I don't want to get bigger. I never want to be over 180 pounds. Like, yeah, like 185 for sure, but even like 180, like, that's the limit for me. I don't want to just be massive. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that is okay. But in the gym community, in the fitness community, especially within like the male space, it's just this push for like everybody to just get as big as possible, to never be happy with what they see in the mirror, be walking around with so much muscle that is damn near unhealthy, putting unnecessary stress on your tendons, your ankles, your low back, your joints, your heart. Because just putting on, like, people think that, oh, it's muscle, so it's not the same as fat. Ronnie Coleman, even though he was like 4 or 5% body fat at 300 pounds, was not a healthy person. Like, it's not just as much muscle as you could put on and it's healthy. Yes, muscle is healthy, but at some point it just becomes counterproductive. So when somebody builds a decent amount of muscle mass and they say, hey, I'm cool, I'm still gonna go to the gym, I'm still gonna focus on health, but I don't really care about getting much bigger. And then people get in the comments like, nah, bro, you just gotta get bigger. Like, nah, you just gotta put on more mass. It's like, damn, that shit is toxic, bro. And I'm not even wanting to be like hella like, oh, that's toxic, like, because it does sound kind of soft. But on some real shit, like, that shit is toxic, bro. Because they've built a good physique, they've built a good amount of muscle mass, they're healthy, and they like what they see in the mirror, and then we'll try to damn near pull other people down. Now, when I say we, I'm not saying me, but I'm saying like the community, pull other people down, and when they like what they see in the mirror, like, why are you trying to fuck up somebody else's confidence? He said he doesn't want to get bigger. Don't be in the comments saying like shit like, oh, bro, like, you could do this, you could do that. Like, when he's telling you that he likes what he sees in the mirror. Most people, they don't like what they see in the mirror. And even most people who've been in the gym for 15, 20 years are still talking about the fact that they still don't like what they see in the mirror. So when somebody's like, yeah, I like what I see in the mirror, I like my physique, I'm big enough, yeah, I still want to work out, but I'm just going to, do my thing. I'm not really chasing size. I'm not really chasing getting bigger. The specific guy I'm talking about, he wanted to get stronger, but he didn't want to get bigger, which is possible. So that's a route for him, because he was trying to figure out different routes that he could take in order for him to still have fun with his fitness without getting bigger. And that's another thing I'll say. The reason why I do my calisthenics, the reason why I box, the reason why I walk so much, the reason why once every 8 to 10 days I go for a nice little 5 mile run, doing some sprints before. The reason why I have this full ecosystem of fitness set up is because I never want to over index on weight training so much that I just allow it to get to my head, start over indexing on it to the point where I start taking steroids, having body dysmorphia. And that's what happens when you just focus on solely the weight training. Or if you focus on maybe solely, if I solely focused on boxing, I might do too much with that and then forget about the weight training. Like, there has to be some sort of sway in which there's a few different things that you're pursuing within fitness, especially not solely focusing on the weight training, because I believe that's how you get the body dysmorphia. That's how you start taking steroids when you know you're not supposed to be taking it. I'm not necessarily against taking it, but a lot of people, they really don't need to take it. But you start taking it when you don't have other things that you care about within fitness, and when you just are never satisfied with the amount of muscle that you built, are never happy with what you see in the mirror. Allow other goofy ass gym bros, influencers, and stuff like that to come into your head and fuck up what you have going on. That's when you start making those decisions that you really, if it was really up to you without any sort of opinions, you probably wouldn't have made those decisions to take peptides, to take steroids, to take SARMs or whatever. And it's not just men too, it's ladies too. If it was really just up to like how you wanted to look and you didn't have all these outside influences, you'd probably just stick to a nice slim physique. But you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you see all these BBLs. Now you finna go get a surgery when you're really only getting it because you're so influenced by other people. Never happy with what you see in the mirror. So it's refreshing when somebody's like, you know what? I put in work. I like what I see in the mirror. I'm not necessarily content, because he wasn't content. He wants to get stronger. He's still pursuing his goals, but he doesn't want to get bigger. And it's sad that he has to say, before he even gets to the fact that he wants to get bigger, it's sad that he has to say, I don't want to offend anybody. I know people are going to get mad. Why the fuck would people get mad? And he's right. But just the mindset of that, like, why would y'all get mad at him because he's happy with what he sees in the mirror? Are you not happy with what you see in the mirror? Do you feel like the gym is just for you to just hate yourself? And yes, it's for you to improve. And yes, in order for you to improve, you have to know that there's like a lack. Does that make sense? Because there has to be a lack in order for you to improve. So yes, to some degree, there is a wanting to get better, but at the same time, it's like you could get better by not really getting bigger, by just making small changes, more muscle density, more muscle maturity, more focus in the gym, training a little bit more, improving form, taking up boxing, taking up walking more, taking up strength goals if that's your thing. That's not my thing, but taking up basketball if that's your thing is not my thing. Like taking up different things. There's other ways to improve without just chasing getting as big as possible. Like I said, for me, I 6'2". 180 is not heavy at all, and I never want to get past 180. I'm sitting at about 180 right now. I was about 175 last week, but I talked about in my physique updates on Sundays. I was having some sleep issues last week, so we're eating out maintenance, and my glycogen is back restored. So I'm a little heavier right now, but I never plan on sitting above 180. I'm just like that dude. I don't want to get bigger either. I just want to get sharper, more focused in the gym. I want to improve my metabolism. I want to get my metabolic rate up. I want to do more in the gym. I'll talk about that too, because I think that's pretty cool. But I want to be able to have a more fast-paced type of training style, like my favorite bodybuilder of all time, Serge Nubret, so that I could do more in the gym. So there's a few other things I'm doing besides, I'm never chasing strength. God knows that. But besides just chasing getting bigger, I don't care about getting bigger. I'll leave that to everybody else. I don't want to be walking around 220, 240. I don't even want to be walking around 200, which isn't that heavy for 6'2". I don't think 200 is overweight for a 6'2" man. I don't, but I still don't want to do that. I don't even want to do 190. I don't even want to do 185, 180 max. I'm cutting to the low 170s. I'll maintain between 170 and 180 for the rest of my life and just focus on staying in shape, being healthy, helping others get in shape, helping others like what they see in the mirror. If you need help with your fitness journey, check the description. If you want to speak to me one-on-one, check the description as well. But I just found that interesting, and I just want to tell you guys, it's okay to like your physique. If you've been working on your physique and you've built a decent, objectively decent physique, not your coping, not your fat as fuck body positivity. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you look objectively, you look good, and you like your physique. Yes, you're still working out, but you're not chasing in bigger. It's okay. Do not let other people influence you into thinking that you have to get as big as possible. Now you're taking steroids. Now you don't care about your face no more. You're just chasing sides. You buzzed your hair. You got acne everywhere. Now you're a gym bro. Chasing size, never happy with what they see in the mirror, or a gym girl that just looks uncanny because you got all these surgeries. This body dysmorphia stuff is crazy, and I'll talk more about this too. I'll talk more about it because a lot of people do ask me about body dysmorphia, and I think I have a very interesting opinion on it. So I'll talk more about it. But yeah, if you need help with your fitness journey, or if you want to speak to me one-on-one, mind, body, or creative life, check the description. This is Random Branch Media. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I drop a YouTube video every single day. And I appreciate you guys for checking me out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.